Vaping. Verb. The action or practice of inhaling, exhaling vapor containing nicotine and flavoring produced by an electronic device designed for this purpose. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, a survey in 2019 stated that more than 5 million U.S. high school and middle school students have vaped in the past 30 days. Today, I'm going to caution you about the alarming dangers as well as the rising prominence of vaping. In order to do so, I will first talk about the problems that vaping presents. Then I will talk about the reasoning behind this increase in numbers. And finally, I will show you some solutions to help put an end to this vaping pandemic. First, I'm going to talk about the problems. There are two main problems associated with vaping. One, it damages the lungs, and second of all, it slows down brain development. Let's start by talking about how it damages the lungs. As you inhale vape, it goes in through your system into your lungs, damaging your lungs. The Wall Street Journal stated in November 2019 that confirmed and probable causes of vaping-associated lung illness have risen to 1,080 across 48 states. This is showing that more and more cases are showing up that there are lung illnesses and damages to the lungs related to vaping. Now I'm going to talk about how it slows down brain development. When you are inhaling vapor, it is coming in through your mouth and absorbing into your brain. The nicotine comes to your brain and is messing with your brain system. The most efficient route of absorption is smoking because nicotine enters directly through the circulatory system from a huge alveolar capillary intersurface and reaches the brain within seconds. This vapor is coming in and reaching your brain within seconds. After 30 minutes of exposure, the brain concentration declines due to nicotine distribution to other body tissues. Repeatedly, as you are vaping over and over again, you are slowly wearing down everything in your brain, and this is leading to a slower brain development. Now that I've covered the problems associated with vaping, I'm going to talk about the causes. There are two main causes associated with vaping. First of all, it's targeted towards a young age group, and second of all, the nicotine in vapes are very addicting. First, I'm going to talk about how it is targeted towards a young age group. The vaping industry targeted vapes towards a young age group on purpose. They made the flavors enticing so that younger kids would be more enticed to buy these vapes. They knew once they hooked these kids along, they had an audience to buy vapes for the rest of their lives. According to the Wall Street Journal, 80% of the people who vape are under the age of 35. Along with that, younger kids don't have fully developed brains. These fully developed brains aren't able to make mature decisions as an adult would. Now let's talk about how the nicotine in vapes are very addicting. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration stated that nearly 1 million youth e-cigarette users use the product daily, and 1.6 million use the product more than 20 times per month. This is showing that there is a very addictive feature in the vapes called nicotine. This nicotine leaves you coming back, wanting more and more. Now I'm going to talk about, now that I covered both the causes, I'm going to talk about the solutions. It is a very common misconception that vaping is a solution to end smoking. Many people believe that vaping was a safer and healthier alternative to smoking, stated the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health. However, that is not true. I'm going to start by talking about a large-scale solution of vaping, and then I'm going to talk about a smaller-scale solution of vaping. A large-scale solution to vaping would be to ban vape products nationally. This would deter all temptation, all limits. It would allow for no vapes to be allowed, and it would solve the problem of vaping. However, this goal right now is out of reach and it's hard to ban a product nationally. People are making steps and strides towards this happening, however, it is not going to happen quite yet. A smaller scale solution that you yourself can do if you are struggling with vaping, there are a couple. You can use replacements to help aid the cessation of vaping gradually. These things consist of nicotine-flavored gum, smoking patches. These all help you slowly decrease the amount of nicotine intake over time, hopefully eventually getting you to zero. According to the Archives of International Medicine, Chicago, nicotine replacement therapy is an effective treatment for nicotine-dependent smokers. It will eventually lead you to having zero nicotine in your life and taking vaping out of your life forever. Today, I cautioned you about the problems associated with vaping. Then I went over the causes of vaping and finally reviewed some solutions of vaping. I cautioned you about the alarming dangers as well as the rising prominence of vaping. Don't partake in the act of vaping. The verb, the action or practice of inhaling and exhaling vapor containing nicotine and flavoring produced by an electronic device designed for this purpose. Don't be one of those people. End the vaping pandemic.